I'm gonna make this video about like some of the info on gay rights, some of what was going on, some of the people that gave speeches. It's more or less random stuff all jumbled together that has to do with the gay rights thing and the Supreme Court Justice's decision on it. First off, I'm gonna list off the Supreme Court Justice like in groups. The first group is gonna be the ones that support it. The next group's gonna be the ones that are against it. So the ones that support it are Anthony M. Kennedy, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I suck with names, I'm sorry. Stephen G. Breyer, Sonia Sotom. I can't say that. I'm gonna fuck that up. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can kind of see who that is by just me trying to pronounce it. So yeah, and Elena Kagan. They supported it. They they believe that gays should have rights. So they voted for it. So you can thank them for the fact that gay people can now get married. Now we have 4 people that are still against it, and they voted against it, but they were outvoted because democracy is awesome. Which is the Supreme Court Justice, Chief Justice. He's John G. Roberts Jr. And then the 3 justices that voted alongside him was Antonin. I don't know how to say that first name. Scalia, Clarence Thomas, Samuel A. Alito Jr., and yeah, they voted against it. Scalia went on to make some kind of speech about how she said, I think it's a she, right? She or he, whichever it is, said that this is a threat to American democracy and that it takes away the civilians' rights or civilians' freedom to govern themselves. And the thing is it's not a threat to democracy because it was put in place through democracy. It was voted on. The reason that this was brought up is because the majority of people do believe that gays should have rights, and that several states are had laws in place that were against that. As for freedom to govern themselves, that's what we were doing this entire time, the protesting and all that. We can only go so far in governing ourselves, and the thing is you guys have to put in the laws. That's your job. We say what we want, and you guys do it. You govern us, we tell you how to do it. It's like a circular logic thing, but that's how it works. You listen to us, you put it in place so everybody else who's not us, who eventually gets over here, has to listen to the laws, you know? It's basically like you are the people that announce it as an official thing, and it's like you're the media. You're basically telling everybody, oh, hey, by the way, since you all wanted it, this is what's happening. Obama made a speech. He said that this is a victory for America, and that something along the lines of, we realize that to be truly equal is to be truly free. Something along those lines. Not exactly. I didn't quote him word for word because he made a pretty good long speech as far as I know. He also went on to say that our union's a little more perfect now, which I agree with his speech on that. Jim Obergefell? I don't know how to say the last name. But he wanted to put his name on his husband's death certificate. I want to say that he was denied that. But he made a speech, and basically it came down to that he's happy that this happened, and that he sees it as a step forward as to it's no longer going to be called gay rights or gay marriage, but just marriage, which would be great. Austin R. Nimitz. My writing sucks because I wrote this at night and the lights were off because my roommate was sleeping, so yeah. But Austin R. Nimitz. Nimcox. Nimitz. I'm gonna say Nimitz. I think that's what I wrote. That third letter is all kinds of messed up. But he's some higher up in this group called the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is a very funny name for it. It's not defending freedom, at least in this sense, because they support what is called traditional marriage. But he says something like the rights of 300 million Americans were taken away or something like that. I don't know where he gets his numbers from, as how many Americans actually support traditional marriage and how many don't. But he also said something about it's taken away the rights of the few, and that the few are now feeling irrelevant. And to all that, all I can say is that we live in a democratic republic. We vote on things, and it doesn't matter if you have 300 friends who say that, we're not for it. If the 500 people over here say that they are, then the 500 people win. That's how democracy works. Everybody has a vote. Everybody's voice matters, because ultimately you could be that deciding factor, and it has happened in history where that one vote has been the deciding factor. But it's democracy. You lost. That sucks. Sucks to be you. You can go ahead and support traditional marriage, but the thing is this country needs to become more equal. And by not supporting gay marriage or not accepting the fact that gay marriage is a thing, you are trying to bring down a group of people. And yeah, that's never good. You're making them not your equals, and we should be equals to each other. The only thing that should make you a lesser human being is if you've committed crimes against your fellow man, like stolen from a person or killed somebody or something like that. Roberts, who's the Chief Justice who voted against this, basically went on this speech about how all these other countries in the history, like Aztecs, mentions Carthage and whatever the hell else, basically saying that this is how it's been, what the fuck, why are we changing it, we've always had traditional marriage. And then he went on and he's all like, who do we think we are? Well, we're the United States of the fucking Americas, so that's who we think we are, and I'm pretty sure we're right about that. I could pull out my map, just to be certain. I mean, I could be wrong. I might be, like, in Africa, where Carthage used to be. But I'm almost certain that we're in the U.S. Like North America's here, and you got Canada, and then you have the United States, and then you have Mexico right here, right? I'm thinking we're in this general area, right in here. I think we have a little bit going on up here, and something going on down here, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're at, somewhere around there. And we're the United States, so the past should not dictate our future, and it's kind of like, that'd be like saying, Nazi Germany got rid of the Jews and burned them all. Why shouldn't we? Who do we think we are? That we are not going to be like this great country that Nazi Germany was because it conquered most of Europe. It's like that mentality. It doesn't matter what other countries did in the past. It doesn't matter what anybody will do that are still around that they did in the past, or what they're doing. What matters is what we do with our country. This is our country, not theirs. Who cares what they're doing with theirs? If they want to, behead all the goats in their country and, kill all their livestock and burn everything, then so be it. Whatever. You know, if they want to support gay marriage and all that stuff and be fine with gay people and transvestites and all that, then, you know, so be it. That shouldn't matter for what we do with our country. What matters what we do with our country is what the people want, and the people want equality. So who do you think you are that, you know, you think that all these other countries are what matters? You're supposed to be a chief justice for this country. Where the hell's your patriotism? But I wanna list off a couple of articles in the Constitution that you know, kind of make this what it is. Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution says the judicial power shall extend to all cases in law and equity arising under this Constitution, the laws of the United States, and treaties made of which shall be made under their authority. Basically what this article says is that the Supreme Court has authority to alter the Constitution, to make treaties, to do all that, and that because the Constitution is the law of the land, and that's where we base all of our laws off of, is it constitutional? If not, then we can't have it. Then you know, they basically have authority. They have the law of the land. They control the Constitution. They can add amendments. They can, you know, do all that. Well, they can't take amendments away. They can add amendments that void out other amendments, but they can't just remove an amendment. Kind of like how they did with Prohibition. At one point they added an amendment, and then later on they added another amendment that voided out that previous amendment. But basically it gives them the authority to dictate the laws of the land, and the reason they do it is because, like, they rarely ever make amendments. There's only 27 out of the entire time that this country has been around. So the only time they ever actually make a decision like that is when they have to. Either Congress has to push it to happen, or the people have to push it to happen. And the people were pushing for it to happen. So they listened to the people, they did their jobs, they did it right, because they went with what the people wanted. The First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances, basically separation of church and state. So whatever your religious views are on gay rights, what matters is whether or not it's actually moral and whether or not the people want it. Your religion, your belief in God is not a good reason behind not wanting it. You know, you can't suppress other people with your religion, and that's what the First Amendment protects us from. It also protects us from trying to strip other people of their religions. And this does not strip anybody of a religion. You can still believe that gay people are wrong, but it allows gay people to have equality within our society so that they can also be married and all that. So it really brings equality together. Though you're not for it, to be against it would be to be, you know, unconstitutional. It'd be like, you know, a form of treason, basically. But in summary, it's kind of unconstitutional to be against gays having rights simply because of the First Amendment, and, you know, also the fact that the Supreme Court justices have spoken, and that's also one of the rights. You don't need to feel it's moral. You can be like, well, I don't like gay people, but at the same time, to be up against it and actually try to actively take away their rights is wrong and immoral in itself, and it basically shows that you are a bigot because, you know, you're trying to put them down. You know, this is protected by the First Amendment. The Supreme Court is granted law over the land and the U.S. territories. So anything that's the U.S. names as theirs, as long as it belongs to the U.S. and her territories, then, you know, they control that. It's majority rule, democracy. Democracy has prevailed, and we see that. This is a big victory for equality in our country, which is great. I'm a strong supporter of equality for everyone. I feel that everybody is equal, no matter where you come from in your life, no matter your race or religion. You are my equal until you prove otherwise. If you become an asshole and you start hurting people around you, then you are no longer my equal. But you know, this is a big step for equality, and I'm really glad this happened. I'm straight, but you know, I'm thinking about going to go get one of those licenses to go marry some people, because I know a few gay people, and you know, if they ever want to get married, I'll be there. I'll be the guy to fucking marry them. You know, but yeah. So like, subscribe, share. I made a video responding to Josh Feuerstein's video on this subject. I made this video to kind of explain some of what was going on. If you want to hear more, go ahead and just ask. Yeah, you guys have a good night. So far, I'm having a pretty good day, so I hope you guys are. But yeah, like, subscribe, share. See you.